they might be not including the city of Tukwila, and so I'm asking for city support to have a conversation with Tukwila and find out if it's in our best interest as they're coming out with the rail plan. So I did forward the email off today. I see some concerns. I did let Mayor Hagerton know that I would bring it to the entire council tonight for authorization to go ahead and invest a little bit of oversight to see if it's something in our best interest. So again, the idea is that they'll cut out the rail site in Tukwila and go directly down into Auburn. So again, that's the
They
piece
have a
of business.
current stop there in Tukwila?
Correct, right now, yes. And again, the draft report is out. I actually did send it off to some key people. So again, that's the piece of business I want to make sure I pass on. So maybe we can get an update at the next council.
And what do you want us to do? I missed the first part.
Just to say, yes, it's okay for us to have a look at that and see if it's in our best interest to have our neighboring city continue to be a site for Amtrak.
Which is not the Sounder.
No,
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
Washoe.
All right, that's fine with me.
Amtrak goes up north, right? Is that?
North-south, south-north.
It goes both ways, okay.
Is that it? Can
I think it goes both ways. Okay? Are we all good with that?
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Is everyone good?
I'm thinking you sent the email to me, but I haven't
I did.
read
I
it
sent
yet.
it to Gwen.
Okay.
I sent it to Barry.
Okay.
Because you're
Are you asking for staff to look into it or for it to be on the next council agenda?
I
I'm
just
trying
want
to
to make
clarify.
sure that you get direction from the council, that the council is interested in making sure that we just do a little bit of research on behalf of CTAC and connect with Tukwila if you have any questions.
So you said they asked for
Okay.
us to help them? Is that what I heard?
To take a look at it, talk to Kimberly if you have any questions.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to give you the guidance from the city in a
So the
public
mayor of
format.
Tukwila is reaching out to us for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't want it to be behind the scenes. I wanted it to be transparent.
Represent with gusto for us.
Please. And,
Okay.
you know, if there's any issues, please.
Okay.
Thank you. In regards to living wage versus minimum wage, you know, what I see as a definition for that is a wage sufficient enough to ensure that the work person can provide food, shelter, clothing, and frugal comfort, the ability to support themselves and their families' basic needs. When you look at the people that we serve, there's 97,000 people that come through our city every day. That's a lot of people. And the stories that we heard today were not happy, but they are constituents, whether they live in the city of SeaTac or outside. And typically, I think as a council body, we try to attempt to correct some of these negative stories. And so I do look forward to seeing how the outcome is. And then I also wanted to mention, too, that we pride ourselves in these back-to-school fairs and how great Health Point is serving our community. But at what point in time do we want them to buy their own hot meal instead of waiting for a handout from a local hotel? At what point in time do we want to make sure our children get their own supplies that are purchased by their own parents? So at some point in time, we have to look at our own successes and look within and say maybe the infrastructure isn't providing the needs of our community. And we all know that stress levels create unhealthy communities, and of course you see the word healthy in our vision. The other thing is that I was sitting at the table with Executive Constantine a couple weeks ago, and he pointed at a map, and of course a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I'm going to hold it up. And he pointed at this map right here where there's red, and red means that we're 3 to 30% uninsured. Okay, so if you look at it, we're talking about SeaTac, Des Moines, Tukwila, but yet we are surrounded by an airport that prides itself in serving, what, 1 million travelers a year. And so if we are the donut hole of uninsured, at what point in time do we want to empower the community to be insured? And so I just wanted to point that out. So he pointed at me and said, well, you represent the city, so I'm now in the leadership circle to help bring the voice to the table to make sure that we get health insurance for our communities. But again, I think it's all in infrastructure. And with that, that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Well, we had a record-setting night. We've had a record-setting couple of weeks. I got to tell you, I'm very proud of our city. At our town meeting, we had a packed house coming forward and giving their opinion on this working wage or living wage initiative. Tonight, we had the same thing. Again, we had a couple hundred people here, and this was a record-setting night. It was pretty exciting, the fact that this is democracy. This is what it's all about. There are some issues outstanding that will probably be addressed between now and the election, but again, those things are not part of the legislative. That's part of the judiciary. The courts will decide, and I suspect both sides realize that this was going to go to the courts at some point. It started last Friday. It may go there again, but I mean, that's the way America is. If there's an issue out there that needs to go before the court and make a decision, that's the way it'll happen. But tonight we saw both sides very eloquently, very respectfully speak their minds, and now it's up to us as voters to become educated on the subject and get out and vote. So with that, thank you all for your patience, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. And we're adjourned. Thank you very much.